Okay, we ran out of tape. That's alright. He has a definite prominent chin, so we're going to keep digging underneath here. Alright. And we'll worry about all this. We're just trying to get his head shaped up. The front's going to be done, and I'm trying to see if there's any photos on this, on here. I have my computer right next to me. A side profile is something else I also need of him. Perfect, I got it. Alright, so his head is more rounded. This comes down a little bit more. I'm hoping to get a body underneath this, but we'll see. If it's just his, you know, just his head. This is more of an experiment on okay, this comes down and around like so, okay? So this is how we're doing it, alright? So we're going to bring this down and chop this out, just like so. And we're going to have to bring this all the way around, which is okay. We'll bring this all the way down to here, right below his ears there. Now, I don't have no clue how it's going to look. This will be as much of a surprise to you as it will be to me when I get it done. If I get it done. If I don't get it done right, it's not going to go on YouTube. I'm not taking the leap of faith of putting this all ahead of time, simply because this is my first time doing something like this. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to keep digging out back here. Alright, so his head kind of goes up, curves up and around, and then his nose and stuff. So we're going to start on his face in a second here, but we want a general idea of how his head's going to be, and this is how we're doing it. Alright. We're going to take that all the way. Alright, now, it looks proportioned okay. Alright, so now we are continuing to look at his profile. His nose, usually a nose is about halfway down from the top of your head to your chin. So why don't we put it right there, okay? Looks about half right. Now folks, I'm not a person that does faces very often, but what we're going to do is we're going to put that, let me see, let me go back up here, because I'm referring to a photograph that I see of him, and his nose and his is just right equal where the bottom of his ears are. So let's put that right there. That's about right. I had it right the first time. Alright, so we're gonna scoop up. Alright. Alright, now with that said, the next thing we've got to do is figure out his head, okay? And that's going to come up, and then what's really important on a person is their eyes and their nose. So we're going to do a straight line down, part of the way down. It's pretty well, not straight, but a little bit curved out. We may have to use some gouges and stuff to get the effects that we want. Alright, so we're bringing this down like so. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to bring this down just a tad. Alright. There you go. I'm just bringing this down a tad. And I'm trying to even things up a little bit. Alright, just like so. Alright, good. Now I'm just bringing this down just a little bit because this goes up further and it also goes down not that far, but you can make it more. The hardest part with this, folks, is getting the nose and the eyes in. If you get that in, you're going to be halfway there when you do this. Alright, so we're going to, his nose is going to flare out a little bit like so. Alright, it's going to come up and around. And I'm not saying this is the correct way of doing it, but this is a way of doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this at an angle. We're going to bring this up and around. We'll fuss about his nose a little bit later. And just like we do with the Santas, we're going to come down and around like so. Okay? And we're going to chop this out. Very carefully, just chop it out. And we're going to go a little further. Alright, we're going to do this again. And I may have to use a gouge up there because it's a more of a realistic figure. We don't want a lot of sharp edges on anything, okay? I'm going to follow this out again. Kind of flare it out a little bit, meaning not straight down, but a little bit at an angle. Same thing with his eyes, his eyebrow. Okay. And we're going to just take this out. Once we get this, the body is going to be really simple. This is the hard part. And this is the challenging part. You know, I've wanted to do one of these for a while, and I wasn't sure how to go about doing it and how to, because I had no training in doing human faces or any of that. I didn't study for it or do any of that. So I'm really trying to do it with a knife that you folks can really okay, we're going to go really deep here like it's supposed to. This will come out. We need to get this deep enough first. Alright, I'll be right back.